Next on Worcester News Tonight, the governor makes multiple stops in the city today. Plus, honoring those who serve on Veterans Day, we're taking a look at the new route for the parade in Worcester this year. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tim McCone. The City Council here's an update tonight on how Worcester is doing in combating a statewide opioid epidemic. The testimony tonight was informative and at times emotional. The council heard from Commissioner of Health and Human Services Maddie Castile and the Department of Public Health. The report shows since last summer, police officers and firefighters have used Narcan more than 200 times on overdose victims. The police department has also collected more than 300 pounds of prescription drugs in their drug return kiosk. Health officials say there is more work to do, including more access to mental health treatment, more treatment beds, and a clean needle exchange program. Well, could a driving range be coming to Green Hill? It was a topic today at a Worcester City Council subcommittee meeting. The question is whether or not parkland can be transferred to be used by the golf course and vice versa. To do this, the City Council would need to amend a conservation restriction protecting parkland. Councilors say if approved, Green Hill Park would actually grow from 484 acres to more than 500 acres. The subcommittee, led by Chair Gary Rosen, did unanimously pass the plan to City Council.
Stewards of the golf course and of the entire park, and I think people will be happy with the results soon.
At council, the vote to approve was held by Councilor Mike Gaffney until next City Council meeting. A federal judge has ruled Worcester's two panhandling ordinances are unconstitutional. Judge Timothy Hillman released his ruling Monday afternoon. The city ordinances were passed in 2013 and are aimed at controlling aggressive panhandling. Our Kayla Mamlak has more.
I think it's easy to find people who are poor or homeless inconvenient or unattractive or something that needs to be cleaned up. And I think it's dehumanizing.
Tracy O'Connell Novick reacts to a federal judge ruling Worcester's panhandling ordinances are unconstitutional. The school committee member was one of 3 plaintiffs in the case against the city. Novick says panhandlers have the same First Amendment rights as politicians in the streets.
It's protected speech, right? You don't get to only pick the kinds of speech that you like or that you find convenient.
The city argued the ordinances were concerned with public safety. The decision, however, cited a recent Supreme Court ruling striking down similar ordinances elsewhere. City Solicitor David Moore says in a statement, "Obviously, we are disappointed with this decision. We believe that the ordinances were aimed at behavior, not speech. The city limited the scope of the ordinance to highly defined areas where the public safety issue was the greatest."
And maybe we can all sort of quietly learn something and do better next time.
Well, as for going forward, the city solicitor also said that he'll be speaking with the city manager to discuss the decision with City Council next week and develop a strategy from there. I'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Kayla. Well, Governor Charlie Baker visited the city today to talk math and science with some local teachers. Baker was at the DCU Center today for a summit on the STEM program. More than 1,400 people were there, many of which are educators. Baker spoke about the importance of STEM, or science, technology, engineering, and math programs, particularly in Worcester. Baker mentioned the work local colleges like WPI are doing. He says STEM programs are important to cities like Worcester.
This is really an interesting place with respect to how you bring science, technology, engineering, and math together to create jobs across what I would describe as sort of the employment spectrum for people at a variety of different levels of educational and professional attainment.
Well, after his trip to the DCU Center, the governor continued his visit in the city, stopping by a Habitat for Humanity site. The house the governor visited is the first home build project of the Veterans Build Initiative. Volunteers and donors have worked together to rehab the house in hopes of creating a dream home for the Hewings family. Mark Hewings is a Marine Corps veteran, and the governor says its Habitat for Humanity made a great selection with the family.
Citizens, good people. They have 3 kids. 2 of them are dealing with autism, and this house will give them the ability to do a much better job of working through the issues that will create for them as parents.
Well, there are changes this year to Worcester's Veterans Day celebration and parade. The area is home to about 150,000 veterans, and Worcester's parade is just one way of saying thank you to our servicemen and women. Andy Madison has a look at this year's event.
It's a parade many veterans look forward to.
I know some of the smaller towns have done away with them, but the one here in Worcester is always a great one.
And this year, it'll look a little different. The parade route will be in a different spot on Grove Street, starting right in front of Veterans Inc. at 11.
To see all the groups come together and start to muster in front of our building, the nostalgia of all the generations of all the veterans, it's an amazing feeling to be part of.
It will then head downtown on Main Street.
We wanted to bring the veterans down to see where the memorial, the World War II memorial, is being expanded.
The memorial is still months from being completed, but it's part of tomorrow's program because the city is also honoring World War II veterans. Veterans Inc. will also pay tribute before the parade starts with a pancake breakfast.
It's been a tradition to start your day off with a warm breakfast in your belly and thank a veteran.
That's what Veterans Day is all about, is for those that living amongst us, you work with, they're your neighbors, to thank a veteran.
Tomorrow's parade is just one of many events throughout the day that will honor veterans, and parade organizers are hoping that the weather cooperates. Andy Madison, Worcester News Tonight.
A project 2 years in the making comes to fruition in Westborough tonight. The town unveiling their newly refurbished town hall. The building undergoing structural updates and beautification. Members of the community were able to tour town hall and check out the updates. Among those in attendance was Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito.
It was the community that I represented when I was a state representative, and now returning as Lieutenant Governor to celebrate this beautiful building. And it's really a major contribution that the taxpayers made to see this happen, but it's really a gift to the future of Westborough.
Well, as we reported to you Monday, the dangerous stretch of Route 20 is getting some much needed safety repairs, but residents of the area may not be too happy with the new plans. About 100 property owners can expect to lose some land in a road widening effort. We're talking about the 3-mile stretch of Route 20 from Richardson Corner to Route 12. Immediate safety measures were taken yesterday. Some still under review include posted speed limit and curve warning signs and replacement of pavement markups and signs. The curve near Oxbow Road will have the most substantial changes, including widening and surfacing the roadway 3 to 6 feet on each side and installing a double-faced guardrail in the median. Mass DOT will also install permanent speed feedback signs and dynamic lighted curve warning signs. Pressure for safety improvements came after a mother and her baby were killed in a crash last month. Well, Mount Wachusett Community College and the Worcester County Sheriff's Office launch a program to better prepare inmates for college and the workforce. The goal is to keep them from returning to jail. Our Patricia Nicholas has more.
The Worcester County Sheriff's Office launches Bridges to College, a prison education program that provides inmates with the skills they need for college and the workforce after their release.
So the goal is to utilize the time we have people incarcerated, but give them the programming and the tools to allow them to succeed when they get out. Because in the end, we all win if everybody gets out and they're productive citizens or educated citizens, not repeat offenders.
The program is funded through a $79,000 grant given to Mount Wachusett Community College. The college will provide inmates with advanced manufactural industrial readiness training, an industry the college says is growing.
That training will stack into a certificate right here at the Mount. So they can come here upon release, get their degree, and we'll help them figure out how to navigate college application and process. And that training stacks right into the certificate. So they've gotten a jump start.
According to the Sheriff's Office, ex-offenders who take part in post-secondary correctional education are at a 46% lower rate to reoffend than those who do not.
Well, then we get a chance to work with them to improve their lively skills, whether it be work skills, educational skills. Those are the foundations of people turning from lives of crime and drugs into productive, tax-paying, working citizens.
This gives them a credential that they can take into the workplace and secure a job and build a life.
Patricia Nicholas, Worcester News Tonight.
Worcester's Chief of Police is the latest to endorse the need for the city of Worcester to get behind needle exchange. Chief Gary Gemme would like to see Worcester become the 6th Massachusetts city to join a pilot program. Gemme says the program will benefit the city significantly by preventing the spread of HIV and AIDS. He says the program will also help addicts get to the right medical facilities and possibly help them better fight their addiction.
Taking that opportunity to provide information, for medical treatment as well as social services that may be needed by individuals that have this problem, so that they can get more information and more incentive to seek treatment.
The needle exchange program was first brought to Massachusetts in 1993. It's the somber anniversary of a boating tragedy, perhaps best known for the famous song it inspired. Tonight, the songwriter is in Worcester performing what promises to be a powerful show. Our Olivia Lemon explains.
It's a special day for me to be doing the song here in Worcester, and the people are going to hear it. I'm going to really sing it well, of course, as I always do try to do.
The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down.
Gordon Lightfoot is the reason people know the story of the Edmund Fitzgerald. On the 40th anniversary of the ship sinking in Lake Superior, the Canadian singer-songwriter is performing at the Hanover Theatre.
They got caught up in a perfect storm, which occurs every few years up in Lake Superior.
And every man knew as the captain did too, 'twas the witch of November come stealing.
Lightfoot says over the years he has met family members of the 29 men lost in the boating disaster. He says he was a boater himself in the Great Lakes, which is why he was so interested in the sinking.
I did not want to offend anyone. I wanted them to love the song.
Lightfoot says he plans to talk about the ship tonight, but hopes the song will tell the story.
I was wondering what the effect would be, you know, if someone were to hear this song. So I was very, very careful about what I wrote.
Lightfoot says each of his shows are a little different. He says many of his song lyrics are from his experiences of romance and traveling.
I rotate all the other material around because I have so many songs that you can't do them all in an evening, you know, and they're all good and they're all valid, and so you got to keep rotating things around the standards.
Lightfoot is back in Worcester for the first time since 1992, and on this special anniversary, he promises his message will be powerful.
It's like a novel, like a novel that catches on, you know, but a real event that'll play.
29 times for each man on the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Olivia Lemon,